Hello and welcome back to M.Cliffordswittsendproductions. My name is Mark Clifford and I am the host of this channel. I hope that you will find this video to be informational, helpful, and possibly even entertaining. So if you do find it to be informational, helpful, or entertaining, please hit the like button. Hit the share button if you know someone that is spiraling into homelessness, and hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you along for the ride with this channel. It's been great so far. It's been a very short time I've been on, but hopefully you'll join us. That'd be great. So today is Saturday, December 4th, and coincidentally, this was quite by accident, today I'm going to be doing part 4 of my spiraling into homelessness videos. Today we're going to go over the Omaha Housing Authority, or OHA. We're going to go over UGM Dallas. UGM is Union Gospel Mission. I call them the ungodly mission because they are. And I will be going over each of the places I've stayed in videos dedicated specifically to them, and then I'll be touching base on them in the future. I'm hoping to get away from using names specifically in the future because I don't want to advertise for 99% of the places I've been. Lastly, in this video, we're going to be going over the bridge, which is where I'm at now. That's where I'm sitting here, and what the future looks like to a very limited degree, but that's what we're looking at. So without any further ado, let's jump right on in. So the Omaha Housing Authority, or OHA, which I'll be calling them OHA from here on out, very ghetto, very slumlord in the way they operate. They have 22 to 24 high-rises. Some are dedicated to seniors, some are dedicated to people with disabilities, some are dedicated to recovering addicts. Some of them are just generic people that they housed and have other factors as to why they are housed there. The one I was in was kind of a mixed bag. It was disabled people, it was elderly people, it was veterans. There were various people, and just really the people got along well, but the housing was very ghetto. It was very poor. When I moved from OHA to Dallas, I knew one thing from my experience with OHA, and that is if you're in a mission or a shelter and you can get housing, the way you do that is you latch onto the resources that they have available. Now, I'm pretty sure all missions want to see people be progressive and move forward with getting out of being in a mission. They don't want to house people forever. This is not an extended stay, but a lot of people try and treat it like that. There's a lot of freebies and a lot of things that go into the mindset of languishing in being in a shelter or a mission for long lengths of time. And I think missions try to curb that. But I knew if I could get into a mission or shelter here in Dallas, that I could get hooked up with some resources like the bridge here that would help me to get housing. And so that was kind of my approach and something I had learned from when I was in Omaha. So when I was in Omaha, I lived for 4 years at the Park Avenue South. There's two towers, Park Avenue South and the North Tower. And I had a 10th floor view that was facing east. I could see all the way, probably about 10 to 15 miles into Iowa. It was really an amazing view, but that was really the only thing that was amazing about it was the view. When I moved in, I had to do my own deep clean when I moved in because there's no accountability with the housing authority. They can do whatever they want to or not. So when I moved in, my apartment had dead roaches and bug shit all over the counters, and it was just gross, very nasty. The refrigerator needed cleaning, everything needed cleaning. It was just gross. So I had to do that all on my own, and there was no one to say, hey, what happened to cleaning the apartment before I moved in? It was just, it was a nice view with a lot of crap inside. So in January of this year, things for me there were a lot of hiccups. A lot of things happened where my insurance lapsed and I was off my pulmonary meds for a couple of months. My house rabbit and my best friend, Bun, had passed away. And that just really, that crushed me. And there were several other things going on. So I'd thought to myself, well, if I'm going to have to pick up and start over, I'm going to do that in some place that I've been before that I enjoy, some place that I think is very cool, which is Dallas. Now, having been in Dallas for 7 months, my view has changed a little bit on Dallas because I had no prior experience other than good ones here in Dallas. Not that I've had terrible ones, but I've had some that could be better, but for the most part, it's been very well. So we'll go over that in probably another video or two also. I figured that if I was going to start over, I'd start over here, and it was good on that level. So I also reasoned that if I could get into a shelter or mission here in Dallas, they would plug me into housing, which they did, the Bridge has. They'd also plug me into the medical that I need and other necessary resources. So here in Dallas, there are a network of agencies that work together, a large network of agencies. They work loosely together to battle homelessness. So to name a few, there's the Ungodly Mission, as I mentioned before, Union Gospel Mission Dallas. Notice I'm not real happy or thrilled with them, and you'll find out why. There is Our Calling, there's the Stew Pot, there's the Bridge, which is where I'm at, there's the Austin Street House, there's the Dallas Housing Authority, and many others. And so there's this, they're all massively imperfect, and some are very seedy and shady and corrupt, like the Ungodly Mission. Once again, in a further video, I'll go into detail about each of them. When I moved here from Omaha to Dallas on May 7th, I arrived here and went straight to the UGM. Having gone to UGM, I was there from May 7th until September 3rd of this year. On September 3rd of this year, I came to the Bridge. I was invited by Mr. Andrew Lomax, who is the head of intake here and does a amazing job of juggling many things to keep the bridge running. And I can't say enough great things about Mr. Andrew. He is awesome. But let me back up a half step. While I was at UGM in June, I had gotten an infection in my big toe on my right foot, and I had to have it amputated. So the last 7 months has been a recovery from having my big toe on my right foot removed. I woke up one Saturday morning and my toe had been an angry pink red for several days, and on that Saturday morning the angry pink had started to crawl up the back of my foot. So I was really concerned about losing my bed at UGM because I wouldn't put it past the Ungodly Mission to just up and give my bed away if I were to go to the hospital and have to stay. But unanimously, everybody I talked to there, both in the discipleship program, staff, other people staying there, unanimously, they said, "Mark, would you rather lose your bed or lose your foot?" That made it a pretty easy decision. I figured and reasoned I would rather lose my bed than lose my foot. But fortunately, they were good enough, or kind enough, if you will, to do me the favor of holding on to my bed while I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. So, with that, I was invited on a conference call, a Zoom call, with the Dallas City Council and the mayor. And they were having 4 of us that were homeless discuss what it would mean for us to be housed. So for me, it was a matter of the medical, partially of the medical. because of my pulmonary condition. I have a pulmonary condition called pulmonary arterial hypertension. There are some tests that I need done that I can't have done being in a mission or a shelter, because the recovery would just frankly impossible. And then with having my toe recently removed, that changes things a little bit as well. I'm a drummer percussionist of 41 years, and quite frankly, I would like to get back into doing that, but I still have a half a year's recovery at least. So, which brings to the other point with the city council and the mayor, that not all homeless people want to stay homeless and be just receiving freebies or charity or what have you. There are a lot of people that are homeless that have held down jobs, have had their own businesses, are very educated. They would like to resume those types of things, but they cannot do that from a mission or a shelter. So this kind of brings us to what does the future hold? Well, as it stands, I am looking to drive for Lyft. I'm looking at getting a rental car through Lyft. They have a program to do that. I also have this YouTube channel up and running. Down the road, if it monetizes, that would be wonderful. I'm still in the process of learning how that works. And last but not least, I'd like to get into doing voiceover acting. I have a background in stand-up comedy and improv. If you go to the video list, you will see 3 videos that I did. 2 of them were while I was at the Lighthouse Mission in Bellingham, Washington, and one of them was at the Upfront Theater in Bellingham, Washington, where I was doing stand-up. So, and that's in the video list section. I would like to resume things that I have done in the past. I would like to make money, either being in a band or doing session work recording or doing stand-up comedy or any of the other things, voiceover work, what have you. There are plenty of things I'd love to do to make money, and I'm heading in that general direction. And with the Bridge's help, with Mr. Lomax's help, I'm heading in that direction. The great thing about Mr. Andrew is that when you propose an idea that sounds solvent and reasonable and will get you ahead, he is 100% behind it. There are a lot of places, like the Open Door Mission in Omaha. They were so close-minded that if they wrapped their mind around a piece of coal, they could make a diamond out of it. So, anyhow, with all of this going on, the future does look very bright. There's so much material to keep this channel running that there will be many more videos to come. So with that, that is pretty much the end of this. Oh, by the way, before I go and wrap this up, I am looking at getting into housing soon. I'll be doing a video on the the Dallas Housing Authority and how that has gone. That has been somewhat of a struggle. I'm hopeful, yes, skeptical about how things are moving forward, which is what took me to getting into driving for Lyft. If something is going to happen, I think I need to be more of the make it happen end of things, as opposed to the recipient of people trying to make it happen for me at their will or whim or timing. So, having said that, thank you for tuning in today. If you did find this video to be informational, helpful, or entertaining, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. If you know anybody that's spiraling into homelessness and this could be a help to them, please hit the share button. Send this video to them. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop me a line at www.wittsendproductions.com. Or at gmail.com. So anyway, with that, we're going to call this a wrap, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.